No dish should require the storytelling. They've got to be pleasurable in their own right. And any of the sensory stuff should be self-explanatory. And I think you need to read the diner's kind of body language. Some diners come in and they don't, I mean, we're lucky at the Duck because most people do want to come. They're coming there just because of the food. Whereas in other restaurants, we have a restaurant in London based on historical recipes where we realise that lots of people go out to eat in spite of the food. They want to just spend that time down the table together. You don't really want to be lecturing them. So I like the idea that you've got, the dish works on the surface level, but if you're really interested, there's this whole treasure chest of layers beneath it. And that is the catalyst and the opening, the opportunity to be able to interact with the front of house staff and get that warmth as well. So I think you've got to play it by ear and see how the customer or the diner wants to respond. For me, I think the best opportunity for being creative is naivety. I think that the more you can place yourself in that naive situation, like when you're a kid, you write a story, like everything's possible when you're a child. And so my most creative moments are when I'm spending time with creative people from a different walk of life. So experimental psychologist, perfumier, sound technician, a musician, an artist, some IT geek, doesn't matter. But there's different areas, different walks of life where you have with creative people. The hard thing is the more you get to know about a particular subject, the more that knowledge gets in the way of creativity. Because you get the next phase, so brainstorming phase 1, everything's possible. Phase 2 is right now before implementation, you've then got to go through the practical side. And when you start on that, well, it's never going to work and some of my most creative ideas have come through getting excited about a subject in which I know very little about. It's top line. Whereas knowledge now about that subject, some of those ideas, what I know now, if I knew it then, I would never have come up with the ideas. So you need to keep that naivety.